The vagina is a vagina. It is not supposed to smell like roses. If God wanted the vagina to smell like a rose, he would have made it a flower. So now, of course, that does not mean that the vagina has to smell weird. But if it does, that means that's when you come to see me, because that means that she's telling you there's something wrong with her. If there's something that smells weird, that's unusual, that means that's time for your OBGYN. So I am Dr. Aisha Rush, and I am an OBGYN. And today, as I mentioned, we are going to talk about how to treat your vagina properly. So with that being said, the vagina is supposed to be treated just like a baby's bottom. You are not supposed to use things on the vagina that you would never use on a baby's bottom. The vagina is a very, very interesting organ, like I mentioned before. So which means that, of course, it has its own milieu. And what that means is that there are particular bacteria that actually reside in the vagina to keep the vagina in a state of normalcy. And that is called lactobacilli. So lactobacilli actually creates a reasonable pH in the vagina that makes the vagina's environment one where it wards off bad things and it keeps good things. Douching. No, not okay. It's not okay. And the reason why is because you actually get rid of all of the good bacteria that's creating a normal pH in your vagina. So douching is out of the question. Doesn't matter if it's vinegar and water, doesn't matter if it's flour, scent, it doesn't matter about any of that. It simply means just leave her alone. Leave her alone, she's gonna be okay, okay? Next thing is that all these scents that everyone wants to put in the vagina. Oh, I wanted to smell like flowers. I wanted to smell like candy. I wanted to smell like all these things. As I mentioned before, the vagina is a vagina. It's supposed to smell like a vagina. The funny thing is I learned that before I became a doctor, interestingly enough. And I learned that one day when I was at, I think, Vagina Monologues. And they were saying that that is what a vagina is supposed to be. Something that is a vagina. It's not supposed to smell like roses. But again, it's not supposed to smell like death either. So if that ever occurs, that's when you come to me. With that being said, so next thing, putting all those lotions, all those scents down there, that's creating an environment of chaos. It is killing off, creating an environment for yeast, for bacteria that can overgrow if the pH is thrown off in either direction, either acidic or basic. And I'm sure some of you have learned acidic and basic in chemistry, right? Of course, it's high school's chemistry. So acidic is going to favor one thing, basic is going to favor another thing. So that means, of course, for those women who are more prone to yeast infections or bacterial vaginitis, what we call BV, then that means there's something going on where the pH is being thrown off. And so douching does that. Putting things down there that shouldn't be there does that. And also even sexual partners can do that. So we also have to be very careful about how we sort of do our sexual stuff, right? Because the vagina is a very special organ and she should be treated appropriately. So with that being said, when in fact you are in doubt, do without.